are at Kahului Harbour, awaiting Frank. Frank the tank builder, apparently. Going to do the first Maliko run of this trip. We're on Maui. So we're at the finishing point, which is Kahului Harbour, and I think it's 14 kilometres from the Maliko Gulch to here. And we haven't really had the wind for it so far, so this is the first kind of real opportunity, and Frank's free to do the run, so who better to do the run with than the designer of my board. Which I got here, I got the custom Frank. It's so far excellent. It's 810, 110 litres, 16 and 3/4 wide. So I stretched out basically the 8.4 version, just for Hawaii conditions, and then bigger onshore conditions when I'm home. So it's pretty exciting. We're going to be taking our car to the start of the run, so Frank will bring his gear into here. And then I hope to pick his brain, probably on camera, about the run, what foil he's likely to use, because I have no idea. I have some idea, but I haven't settled on what foil I would use, so potentially going to use the 1160 or 1070 Fireball and see how that goes. Probably with the 45 rear to help me get it up, and then the 70 fuse. So could be cool. The waves are looking good inside the harbour. Been surfing here the last few days, sup foiling, and we got wind coming into the harbour today too. So Alison's going to be trying out one of Frank's boards, wing boards, which is a 50 or 55 litre 5.3 or 5.5 or something. 18 wide, looks pretty good. She's on a quest to get a board that suits her. We bought an 87 litre board over, but it's not quite up to scratch anymore, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll see you guys when Frank gets here. Be good. Devil. That's for you. Well, congratulations.
1 degree. Well, I have one of these.
1 degree.
Oh, you got a PPC one?
Yeah, it's the only one I could find.
Actually, did we decide, am I going to take the bigger foil?
Maybe. We'll see when we get to Hokiba. It'll be a good checkpoint. Okay. So, yeah, the good thing is there's no squalls. The wind's supposed to pick up. I think it's increasing throughout the day.
And so that's probably going to build the...
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be better bumps for sure.
Okay.
Than today. Because if it's today and then it keeps blowing all night.
And by better, you just mean bigger? Yeah,
like bigger, more obvious wind swell. Even though there's going to be some pretty decent sized groundswell.
Yeah.
If it's like 10-foot groundswell, like north swell, but then you have 40 knots of east wind, there's still plenty. It's pretty obvious. Like the wind bumps are pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And today it might be not so obvious. Might be a little bit of a mystery.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not gonna be an easy run. I know from just what I saw up top driving down. I'm like, it's not. Maybe now it picked up a little, but it's not one of those. Like in the summer, this much wind in the summer, it's like, yeah, you can you can put you can put your big foil, you can put your small foil, you can put whatever you want. But in the winter, it's more. I don't even know what the tide is doing. It's high tide. Yeah, it's just, you never know. Sometimes we drive down, it's cranking, load up, still looks good. We drive up here, we get to Paia, and it's like maybe a squall came by and it's just glassy. And we're like, well, we're all packed up. We gotta go out there and figure it out.
Yeah.
It's
You're not going to be doing shore runners today.
Yeah. I mean, we could always, if you see that's bad, we can come in at Sugar Cove, but then
that would be interesting too. And if we're together, it'd be cool if you point that one out.
Yeah, that's gonna the tricky thing with Sugar Cove when it's big is that you gotta go through the outer reefs. You gotta know the gap. Mm-hmm. Well, it's pretty easy. It's a big statement, but it's if you come in early enough, it's all right. If you don't and you get caught in the outer reef, it's not so all right. But there's really no from. So we'll probably paddle out quite a bit at Maliko, and then you just want to stay outside, pretty far out from Hokipa lanes and Kuau. They're all about the same line.
And then it looks like from what I've been looking at that it curves in.
Yeah, then after Kuau, if let's say you're going to Sugar Cove on a big day, after Kuau, you want to stay in or like start coming in, and you don't want to go out because between Kuau and Baldwin, I'm pretty sure there's no outer reefs. So that's your chance of like getting in and stay close. And if you wait, it's gonna be it gets too close to the outer reefs, and then the water is all washy. And if you fall, you gotta get up. You're going, let's say you're almost in, then you fall. You gotta paddle up, and you're before the reef, but like in line with the reef, like the wind's gonna blow you right in there. Where if you're further in, the wind bumps aren't gonna be as good because you're
sheltered all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're close. Well, there's no outer reef, but you're closer, so you're not. You're using like slower bumps than the ones out in the deep blue. So pretty much like you will see throughout the run too. Like if you are close to the outer reefs, you can see the ocean like changing colors underneath you. And then once you're far out enough, it's all deep. Nothing changes. It's all deep blue. So that's how, like a day like today, if you see the ocean changing color, I would start like head out because you're gonna run into some big waves sooner or later.
And does that outer reef run all the way into land?
No, it's just like.
So it's just a standalone.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep off there between the outer reefs and the beach is deep, but it's all. But if you ride in there, it's still, it's deep enough that waves aren't breaking, but it's still shallower than like outside. So the bumps are a little smaller, a little shorter, and you get a little more interference with the ground swell.
That looks pretty good now.
Yeah, that'd be all right. So I would do, if we do a sugar run in the summer, like I always try to stay close to shore just to train a little bit on not so optimal bumps.
Yep.
Because then if you go outside, it's just everything just goes one direction. It's just you sit on the bump for 2 minutes. But yeah, when there's waves and you want to go in at Sugar Cove, after Kuau you start to make your way in, and it's not that great of a run, but it's better than getting mulched by a 10-foot wave.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have my vest on me at least.
And like another good thing, what's easy to dig is the cruise ship is there.
Yeah.
But once we go through Kanaha, if it's windy enough that there's kiters and windsurfers out.
Yeah. If
you see windsurfers and kiters like in front of you, way too close.
Okay.
Well, you'll see that there's uppers at Kanaha's at the furthest out reef. You'll see that breaking from far. But if sometimes there's people sailing at camp points at the beach before Kanaha, if you see them within your, the direction you're going, that's no good. And the summer is fine. You might be good like with Kanaha, but then even after Kanaha, you don't want to get in. You don't want to get in too soon because then there's Pier 1 outside the harbor, which breaks. It's right before the harbor entrance.
So hold on, you told me summer it's flat. Is it not flat in summer?
inside the harbor.
Anywhere.
No, not today. Today's
I mean, I know it's not flat today, but
it's a little no outside the harbor usually. The wind is good. There's enough wind. But yeah, see, stay away from Hokiba.
yeah. So stay away from anything white.
Yeah, anything white, or if you see the bottom of the ocean changing color,
Yeah.
that's probably too
So
close.
just sticking to deep blue.
Yeah, go out, stay out.
I can see like behind these waves, it's dark blue and then it's light blue again.
That's
Yeah,
wave, right?
well, it's
Is
pretty
it?
like
No, it's not.
well the water it's a little still a little murky from all the rain, but you will see like we'll be pretty far out
Yeah.
than pretty further out than Hokiba where the waves are. It's just hard as you're going down the run. You're tempted to, especially with the groundswell, you're gonna be tempted to ride the groundswell, and that's gonna slowly push you in. So it's important that like just at Kanaha, you go outside uppers, and then stay out because you can turn in at the harbor like at the very last minute. By the time you get to close to the harbor, you'll probably see Pier 1 breaking. It's kind of close to the...
Is that the outer reef at the...
Yeah, it's the outer reef outside the break wall at the harbor. You'll see it, but you don't want to go... Then it gets tricky because you don't want to stay too far out for too long because then, again, if you fall and then you got to get up, you're going to get pushed past the harbor.
Can you not beat the current by paddling?
You can, but it's not
Not fun.
fun. You almost want to stay...
What do you mean by not fun?
like I just don't like to paddle. I've done it too much. But
Yeah.
you want to stay close. It's hard. You want to stay away from the break wall enough that you don't get any backwash, you don't get caught inside, but not...
But then you still got to make the corner.
Yeah. Either you go really wide and then you come in, and you have to trust that you're going to... And also the water gets really mixed up before the harbor, like the last mile.
You got some square land there, like all the wind energy.
Yeah, it's all mixed together. It gets it's easy to breach and easy to get tricked into following the wrong bump. And also the water color changes because of the murky water from the harbor.
Yep.
So it makes it hard to see. It all looks the same, kind of. If that makes sense. So what I learned...
Is there any positives?
Yeah, it'll be good. It's just the harbor. The harbor is hard. I struggle. Everybody struggled. That's the last piece of the puzzle that everybody figures out. It's like the last, like they do great runs and then they keep struggling at the harbor and then finally they figure that one out. It's just what I learned is
You can get a great $10 guava here.
$10 guava, yeah. What I learned for myself for the last section there is just don't be greedy. Just if you have a bump, just stay on it and rest your legs until that bump goes away, and then there's gonna be something else. But don't chase anything because you're gonna need the legs in case.
I don't care once I turn the corner into the harbor. I'll just be happy to be alive.
Yeah, it'd be fine. But yeah, also what's tricky outside the harbor if you start chasing things, because it's all backwashy and the water is all mixed up, it's really easy to breach. Because at that point you're tired, you're losing focus, you're almost like are anxious to just get in, so you jump ahead of yourself too much sometimes, and so you just want to be calm and focus, and don't just stay calm and like ride what you got until it goes away, and then there's gonna be something else. And then then the inside the harbor is just it's just...
I surfed it a bit yesterday. I actually touched my foil down in the middle of it. It gets quite shallow.
On the left side of the
boat ramp side, but in the middle section, not the left break, but the middle break.
Yeah, it's pretty shallow there. I think if you make it... Well, that's a good thing today. There should be waves coming in, so that should help to make it all the way in to the boat ramp. But yeah, that's always the hardest. Like the end is, it's tricky because you think the whole run is hard, and then you get to the end, and then you're like, hey, you thought it was done.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be so happy to be at that point.
Yeah, you'd be fine. I might struggle a bit because I decided to go tiny, but
I've got more foils here.
I'm gonna.
You're committed.
You're going 1070, right? Yeah.
Committed to the struggle.
So 1070 and 40.
No,
45.
1,035.
You're doing 1,000.
1,000 and no, I think I left the 40. I think I was smart enough to leave the 40.
Lord.
The 1,000 is usually all I use for Maliko is the 1,000.
Should we go to the end?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, I like the shorter one for the. Yeah, and you'll see the backwash is probably gonna be quite a bit today outside here because the north slope. So if you feel like taking a minute to get up and you're getting close to so this is the Maliko here, and then there's Turtle Bay, which is the bay before. Well, it's all cliffs, and then there's like a little bay before Okiba. And that creates a lot of backwash too. So sometimes if you struggle to get up and you get pushed in a little bit, it's worth you take the time and paddle out again.
Hello.
Hello.
So Frank settled on the 1,000 fireball, 35 skinny, 70 fuse. And I think I'm going with the 11.6 speed front foil.
Doesn't work as my fault.
Yeah.
Blame me.
Part of me wants to go more conservative to 1250.
But if you said it's slower than the 1201,
It is.
like I was struggling with the 1099, with the 1099,
The V2?
no,
V1.
the original ARTs. I was struggling with that to stay with the bumps. We also had too much lift. So
Okay, I'll go 11. It's the worst that can happen.
you'll get out.
An 11-mile paddle.
11-mile paddle. I'm happy to paddle the whole way if I have to.
Oh, you know.
I mean, if I had to. I'm open to it.
You can come in like in Playa. You can come in pretty mellow.
Get a shot of the custom 810.
I did already, but I'll do another one.
So it's basically actually, Frank made this one, Maui. But it's a stretched out version of this one essentially, which is the 8.4 110.
This is the one Frank made in China.
Frank made this one in China, so same deal. And I love this. I just thought I'll get something a bit longer for the Hawaiian bumps, maybe, and the bigger bumps at home. One thing I like about the bigger foils is the on-water floating stability.
Yeah.
What's the entry like here?
It's a slippery boat ramp, old broken concrete with rebar sticking out, slippery, rocky.
So get your tetanus shot.
Give it a shot. Now we'll just go out, probably paddle out for like 5 minutes. Even the little bumps, they move like faster than usual.
footing. Thanks, Frank. Good beta, mate. Excellent beta. Best case scenario so far, guys. This is sick. Coming into it pretty well rested, did my stretching. Lots of water. Trying not to chase, but I'm chasing one now. Okay, all the same rules apply even at Maliko. Excellent, at least this first run. Okay, Frank's on his way. Yep. ridiculous. Where am I? So sick. Frank's catching up. Working on the same run. Good to know. And I got the 45 skinny. Frank's got the 30 skinny. body, from the shoulders to the neck. I'm aware of it. Good stress nonetheless. No stress, but stress. Stress for the best. My grandfather used to tell me. Swell, northerly swell, did it with the 9 foot. Before it was cutting across at like 90, 45 degrees. And now it's kind of with us. We get some pretty big swell. Not compared to this, when you look downhill to your mate, he's like 2 stories below you. Imperial, not metric. Flying into a big one now. Up here, looking into the sun. Crank in the distance. Choices are getting a bit harder to make.
think the water's like 16 knots. Swell again, comes and sets. voiceover and I'll let you know my thoughts. I didn't want to speak them out loud. crown. $11.60, 45 skinny, 70 fuse, got down 76 mast. Frank on my side, keeping me safe out there. What a run! The hardest bit was the last 200 feet.
Oh, you killed it. Dry running.
Dry run.
Yeah, Gabby's judgment was pretty spot on. I'd say that's 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Condition wise. Tomorrow was better because you can see the juice on top.
That's good to know.
Now built up fully.
That was still pretty good.
Yeah, it gets better by the end.
Bigger.
Yeah.
That was pretty big for me. That's the biggest water I've been out in, I'd say.
Oh, but see, like once you're up, the groundswell doesn't really affect you that much because it's had a little east. If it was west, you would have noticed it more because it went right at you.
I mean, I was able to tap into it a little bit.
Yeah, you can always get something out of it, and then you use those little ones on top of it, just to kind of carry it.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm riding them in that way. Like I'm always riding bumps down the line, never getting pushed from behind them. So
Yeah, here's it's more. You don't really want to go straight too much.
yeah.
Because then you are running too much.
Yeah.
You're not. So what I learned after a while is if it's a big bump, you gotta sink. You feel like good job. If it's big, you kind of zigzag it.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're going slower because you're not getting the top speed, but you actually, at the end, you have a higher average.
Yeah.
Because you're moving with the. If you go straight, you're gonna feel like you're going 100 miles an hour, and then you're stuck at the bottom, and then you have 6 foot in front and behind. But if you stay with it, and then with the wind swell, when there's more wind swell, you stay with the bigger ones, and then as the ocean moves, it creates like little gaps in between. Like you can see in front of you, like a little gap in between.
Yeah.
And so if you zigzagging and stay high, then you see the gap, then you go straight and you drop it over.
Yeah, I did a couple today that just required 1 or 2 pumps, and I crested and then just rode it.
Yeah.
But I was actually overtaking, which was a surprise on this. It's amazing how we can keep the similar speed.
Yeah. Yeah, because when it's like this, you're kind of limited to, because there wasn't enough wind swell.
Yeah.
If it's no groundswell and just nice wind swell, wind bumps, then if you have a faster foil, you can just keep going up and over, and that's when you just like how it is today. You kind of find something, you stay with it, then you find something else, stay with it, and it wasn't like the wind swell is not built up enough.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's good, but it's not. It'll build up more tomorrow, because if the wind keeps being like this all night, then tomorrow maybe at the top it'll be more like kind of by the end when it's like more stacked like this.
Is it harder to pedal up in that section?
Down here, it's a nightmare. That's like out of all the places to fall, that last mile is the worst. It's all wishy-washy.
Yeah. I thought that, and you were ahead of me at that stage, and I was like, I'm not going to verbalize it,
Just hang in there.
but don't come down.
Yeah.
No, I was nervous more than anything. I used no energy on that run.
Yeah, if you cruise, it's pretty chilled.
Yeah.
It gets, you start taking chances when you start pushing.
Yeah.
You ride high, you up and over stuff, and then there's more chances of reaching.
Especially on that mask.
Yeah. Well, I reached on this. It's a good one. But it's nice to have the longer views. Yeah. And then the short massive wheel, you can save it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, longer views is way easier. But that's all I use for the racing bus. I didn't switch to the what is it? The other
Ultra.
no, crazy short. Oh, after the races. That one's fine with the 1070 because it gets up easy anyways and makes it a little more turny. But for this,
Yeah.
that's a huge difference.
It might even be too small, too short for me for the 1070. I think I'll use this one or the Ultra.
This is the short or the
Short,
yeah.
I mean, it felt good. Like, I had so much bottom end. There was no point where I felt too slow to carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, this, I mean, once, like coming from the AFS that I had,
Yeah.
this got so much more low end that I can almost stop.
Yeah.
And then I just pump out of it. The biggest difference I felt with these carbles is that when you pump, you're not just going up, it accelerates. See, if you're going slow, a foil that only gets up when you're pumping, you pump, you get up, but you're still going slow. You gotta drop again. This, like, you go up and accelerate, and so